finally, 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 after basically 2 to 3 weeks now of waiting for any drop of Planet Zoo news, specifically DLC news, we finally have got the news. Planet Zoo just announced the brand new Twilight Pack, and wow, talk about a plot twist. I mean, seriously, I'll be honest with you guys, I've got a lot of different things I want to say. In this video, we'll be doing a bit of an overview. This is kind of right off the bat. Just saw the announcement, have just read through everything, and have seen all the content we're about to get. And yeah, I've got a lot I want to say, but I'm going to try and control it and contain my thoughts and feelings. Though I will say right now, I am, other than shocked, I do have mixed feelings. This is still a really cool pack in its own regard, but no one was expecting this. A part of me believes that this new pack has just been made purely to mess with us. I mean, maybe that's my own opinion. I mean, to me, I see two big things. I see two big reasons as to why Frontier have made this the 11th pack. For one, it's to fit with the time of the year. This is basically Planet Zoo's Halloween pack, or the closest thing we'll ever get to it. And two, they like to surprise us, or they have been liking to. They've been enjoying surprising us and throwing us off this year, because they have. And if that is their goal, they have succeeded. Let me tell you, they have succeeded. It all started with the Wetlands Animal Pack, total surprise. Conservation Pack, still a total surprise. Twilight Scenery Pack, probably the biggest surprise yet. Who was expecting this? I'll say the biggest thing is the fact that it's a scenery pack of all things. You know, they have officially just broken the pattern, and I think that's obviously exactly what they want. Now I will say, I'm just gonna say this right now, get it out of the way. As far as an actual new animal pack, that is probably going to be the last pack of the year now. I still think we're going to get... it's not like this will be changed up completely. I think we're still going to get 2 animal packs a year and 2 scenery packs. I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. But instead, they just simply wanted to swap it up a bit, and now we've gone from animal pack, scenery pack, and then probably end on animal pack. And then from there, going into another year of content, which we will probably get... who knows, you know, maybe next it'll be scenery pack in the spring, animal pack in the summer, scenery pack in the fall again, and then animal pack again as the final pack of the year in like 2023. Who knows? It's now up in the air. We don't know. I will say, I still don't think they'll ever do animal pack back to back with animal pack. I just think that doesn't work. They know people need new scenery as well as new animals, so I think it'll always be either animal pack, scenery pack, or scenery pack, animal pack, scenery pack. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have a consistent set of scenery from time to time. But getting past all that, just getting past the absolute shock that this is a scenery pack and not an animal pack, and that no one was expecting it, I want to just really begin by talking about the theme of the pack, Twilight. When I saw this theme, I was instantly puzzled because I wasn't really sure what exactly Twilight meant. I hear Twilight, I honestly think of Robert Pattinson. That's just me. But doing a little bit of research before getting into all this, Twilight, as it turns out, is just another name, a fancier name, for the crepuscular time of day, which is basically in between day and night. It's like dawn and dusk, I believe. Maybe it's just dawn or maybe it's just dusk, but it's basically that time of the day where light is beginning to show through or go away, but it's not quite dark yet, you know what I'm saying? And so we have a pack that is basically Halloween themed and contains crepuscular animals. That is what we have got. And honestly, I secretly love it, and I also secretly hate it. I'm just being completely honest. It's just a shock. I think really it's just because it throws us off the system. I mean, I wouldn't have minded a Halloween pack. Just why couldn't it have been like animal pack? A Halloween animal pack to me is like what I think would have worked out better. But I mean, then again, where are you gonna get the scenery from? You can squeeze out scenery from Halloween, and that's what they've done here. It's just such an interesting pack already, and I mean, I'm about to get into all the contents that we're gonna get, but I'm just sharing my initial thoughts. I really do want to know, what do you guys think of this? It's hard to be like upset or anything. I mean, really, how could you? It's new content that we've been dying to get. Like, seriously, this pack is very late in its own regard. I think so. I mean, I was expecting this pack, whatever this pack was going to be, I was expecting it to be already out and launched basically a few days ago. Right? I think a lot of us were. Now here we are, finally getting it announced. And it actually does make sense. It does line up now. And now that we know it's a Halloween pack, it makes sense now that it's been announced this late. It is lining up with Halloween. It all makes sense now. It's still a shock. But I am very intrigued, and they are definitely trying some new things here. So I think I've gotten my initial shock reaction out of the way. I still have lots of questions, I think we all do, for what this means for the future of the game, and I think I will make a separate video about that, talking about what the Twilight Pack implies for Planet Zoo's future. But let's just go ahead and get right on into what exactly the Twilight Pack actually offers us. Okay, so quoting Frontier here, this is on the Planet Zoo website. They say, "Heyo zookeepers, we told you the sun had set on summer, and what does the sunset lead to? That's right, Twilight. Introducing the Planet Zoo Twilight Pack, which will be making its way to you on October 18th, alongside free update 1.11. What goes bump in the night? It's 5 new crepuscular species for your zoos to enjoy. Give a warm welcome to everyone's favorite bandit, the mischievous raccoon. Gasp at the cuteness of one of the most beloved Australian marsupials, the common wombat. Sneak through the twilight with the ever-clever red fox. Be careful of the striped skunk. And last, but certainly not least, take flight with the Egyptian fruit bat as we bring you all a new exclusive feature walkthrough exhibits." Just again, wow. Talk about some new content. For me, this might just be the single most ambitious pack they've ever made, for a number of reasons. Not only because it really shouldn't exist. You know, we were not expecting a Halloween scenery pack. I was really counting on a forest or woodlands animal pack. I think that's what a lot of us were expecting, and a lot of people were still expecting some sort of nocturnal pack. They completely messed with us in their own regard. I think they really wanted to just surprise us, and they did something that really isn't any of that, and something that is more specific, that being Twilight themed and Halloween themed, and I think it's interesting. But the animals here are really the big question, and so just again to be clear, we are getting raccoons, common wombats, red fox, skunk, and Egyptian fruit bat. Now, all 4 habitat animals were revealed basically through the stream yesterday. I think a lot of us saw it. I was going to make a whole video talking about it, but I just figured it wasn't worth it. We were just going to find out what it is today or right now. And here we are, and so, yeah, it all makes sense. We all knew raccoons were going to be added. We all knew skunks were. Blessed Tim, bless the man, he accidentally said skunk during the live stream. And wombats were also very obvious. Also the red fox, not a surprise. But the Egyptian fruit bat, that's the big talker. This might actually be like one of the first packs where the exhibit animal is the most most impressive animal in its own regard. I say impressive, but the thing is, I've already seen some complaints. The fruit bat, an actual bat in Planet Zoo, is an actual exhibit animal, not a habitat animal. Now, at first, I was really worried when I heard this because, you know, I think of exhibits, I instantly think of the tanks, but as it turns out, this is going to be a much bigger, much grander, actual walkthrough exhibit with bats flying around. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to work. We just have to wait and see, but we have an idea, and just based on the picture we have here of the Egyptian fruit bat, it's very intriguing. Like, I am very excited to see how exactly this works. I don't even want to say a whole lot about it yet, as we still don't know exactly how it works. Now, they do talk a bit about how it works, but we still haven't seen it in motion, so that's what we need to see to really understand how it's going to work. But talk about bats in Planet Zoo. I mean, like, who was expecting that? I know we all wanted bats, but man, did I not think I was going to wake up this morning and see bats in Planet Zoo, let alone have them be exhibit animals. But here we are. For the longest time, I just did not believe that we were going to be getting mammals as exhibit animals, but this is the first one, and it really gives us an idea of an interesting future. This does not look good for birds, though. I will say that birds Birds are becoming more and more of a question, especially with this now, but that's just my own opinion. But, getting into the other 4 habitat animals here, we have raccoons, pretty much the very face of the pack, and I mean, wow, am I eating my words here? Because I've made it clear in the past, I do not like raccoons. They're just kind of evil, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I respect raccoons. I think they're very cool animals, and I think it's awesome that we're actually having them. I think, anyone who loves raccoons is going to now love this pack because of that, and in its own regard, I think raccoons are a great choice. I just was not ever counting on this entire pack, as well as raccoons, to be in Planet Zoo, but here we are. Very excited to see all the new animations. They look great so far as we've seen them in the trailer. Yeah, very excited to check out the raccoon and see what it has to offer. Then after that, the animal that I am personally most excited for is the common wombat. I've made it very clear as well in the past that I am very much in favor of more Australian animals. I really want more Australian animals, especially marsupials. So here we are with the 3rd marsupial in Planet Zoo, the common wombat. Now for me, the biggest question is, will the wombat have the marsupial birthing animation? That is the big question. Very curious to see, but I guess we'll just have to wait. Still though, very excited for the common wombat. Cannot wait to see them up close, see how they act, and can't wait to see that square poop as well, cubed poop, which is something that, they're very well known for, and they hinted at in the stream yesterday. I thought that was very funny. Very much looking forward to the common wombat. And we actually also have a glimpse of it right here in the trailer. You can barely see it. But yeah, common wombat. Sooner or later we'll get a better look at it. Then after that we have the striped skunk, which we can also get a glimpse of in the trailer. Honestly, very good choice in my opinion. Well, I say very good. It's not a great choice, it's a good choice. I think skunks are a solid addition. It's not an animal that I was dying for, but I think would honestly just be a nice addition. Very curious to see if I'm sure they have incorporated the whole spraying animation, or have made that an animation. Curious to see how that works. But skunks, to me, it's just like the European badger. It's like a nice, small, typical woodlands creature, and is great for any North American project, in my opinion. So yeah, looking forward to checking out the striped skunk. And lastly, we have the red fox, another one that I think is just nice to have, not really one I'm that excited for. It's a 3rd fox, and it makes sense that we finally get it. The red fox has actually been a big, long requested animal, and I think it's great to have. It's just, to me, it's just another fox, so curious to see if it's going to have the whole pouncing into the snow animation that the Arctic fox brought to the game. I'm sure it will, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. And of course, we get a glimpse of it here in the trailer. So yeah, overall, solid selection of animals, most of which I'd honestly say are pretty surprising. Other than like the wombat and the red fox, the rest are decently surprising. Even the skunk, I mean, I really wouldn't have considered it, but it kind of makes sense that we have it. They're all crepuscular, they all will work in the game, a lot of people will enjoy them, and I can respect their inclusions, even if I was expecting originally 3 more animals. And so moving past the animals now, let's just talk about scenery here, which is what makes the pack the scenery pack. We have, well, they state, builders will also be able to enjoy 200 plus new scenery items, some of which really make the most of the spooky season. Set the ambience with a whole new set of gothic inspired building pieces, including a range of Romanian architecture, portcullis, and even zoo thematic gargoyles. If you really want to capture the spirit of Halloween and create an area your guests are sure to never forget, you'll enjoy our new jack-o'-lanterns, glowing mushrooms, spiderwebs, and even a cauldron. So very interesting, very Halloween-y themed scenery, something I honestly never thought Planet Zoo would have, though I'm sure we've all thought of it at some point, but something that I think is just nice to have. At this point, the game is at such a comfortable state with scenery that they can go ahead and do random, almost Planet Coaster themed scenery packs like this now. I mean, this honestly feels like Planet Coaster more than it does Planet Zoo, but hey, it's in Planet Zoo. We have Halloween architecture, and I think for a lot of people it's going to be really great to have. And then, of course, besides all the new scenery and animals, we also have a new career scenario. So to quote them, they say, "Give the pumpkin to talk about as we head to Transylvania-based zoo that's been left abandoned by our old friend Dominic Myers. Joined by Nancy, you'll arrive and learn you have a new famous bear to look after. Having been kept in an in-world celebrity and not looked after properly, this Himalayan bear has quite a name for itself in the news, and now guests are flocking to see it themselves. Work together to give the bear a best life possible and create a spooktacular experience for your guests, which they are sure to love." Yeah. Interesting. For anyone who enjoys the new career scenarios, I'm sure this will be nice new content to have. But that is pretty much, of course, what the pack has to offer. Every scenery pack at this point has given us 5 new animals, scenery, and a new scenario, and that is what we're getting. So for anyone who was secretly hoping for a new scenery pack and not an animal pack, you are in luck, because that is what we've got. This pack implies so much for the future of the game. Clearly, Frontier is interested in just going farther and farther with this game and trying to surprise us more and more. They are so far away now from where they were basically 2 years ago, following like exact region, like exact continental regions in which they knew where to go next. But now we're at a point where they just can do anything and surprise us. I gotta say, I am looking forward to the Twilight Pack, but I'm still ultimately shocked, and I do ultimately have mixed feelings about such an odd and out of nowhere DLC. Again, looking forward to it. I really want to know what you guys think about it. I think with time, this pack will become a normal DLC, but right now it absolutely sticks out, and so does all the other packs this year. I really was expecting something to help balance out the Wetlands Animal Pack. I was really counting on some sort of environmental themed animal pack to make it a regular thing, and I think we will still get that later this year, basically 2 months from now. But right now, we have the Twilight Pack, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am, and I hope all of you guys are as well. I will cover more news as it comes out, and I will also be working on some new stuff to showcase the pack with. Really looking forward to all that. Again, I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you think about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.